Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Higurashi. Now, unfortunately, this is a partial re-recording, about 20 minutes or so into, maybe like 25 minutes into this hour recording. I realized I wasn't actually recording audio. I don't know what's going on lately, just been a lot of audio issues for me. So I'm going to go ahead and re-record it, re-record video and my own audio. It's just, the timing was going to be difficult to try to resync my old audio to new video, so we're just going to re-record it. It's a little unfortunate because this next section is fairly emotional, and I'm a little disappointed that I missed out on it first time. So we're going to get right into it, and then at a certain point, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but at a certain point I'm going to cut the video and splice in the first one once I realized that the audio was wrong. So, yeah, let's get started.
Hi, 委員長号令。
For a moment, I forgot that the class president was me. So yeah, we managed to sneak into the school.
委員長も少し寝不足みたいですね。最近は寝苦しい夜が続きます。でも、しっかりと睡眠はとるように。いいですね、皆さん。はーい。
I'm not sure this place can be called a school, because there's so many different age groups. It's like a kindergarten and an elementary school blended together. Since I'd heard already about what this place was like, I didn't feel that uncomfortable. It wasn't too difficult to act like me on here. As Sis told me, Satoshi-kun looked exhausted. I said hi to him, but he ignored me. Since I knew what he'd been going through, his pain looked apparent to me. I was interested in another person in this classroom. Satoshi-kun's little sister. She looked as worn out as Satoshi-kun, emotionless, like an abandoned doll. Everyone in this room was aware of their circumstances, but no one could do anything for them. So they just acted as though nothing was wrong. Mion will only let me have this one day. If I slacked off even a little bit, today would be over with quickly. Yeah, I laughed at that the first time too. I had to figure out what I should do in this limited time. I should probably talk to Satoshi-kun. About what? Anything goes. Cheer him up, sympathize with him, anything will do. More than anything, I just wanted to chat with him. However, Sis had told me. She said Satoshi-kun didn't communicate much with her lately, and had distanced himself from her. I figured I shouldn't talk to him too casually. I wanted to, but maybe it was better just to leave him alone. I needed to keep Sis's warnings in mind. But instead, I decided to ignore them. I looked for Satoshi-kun during lunch break. He was walking as if looking for a place where he could be alone. I caught him in the hallway.
サトシ君。
He turned around, startled by my voice. His facial expression surprised me. He was scowling, clearly a sign of rejection. But I couldn't hesitate. I'd lose my only chance if I did.
さ、元気？
He gave me a look as if saying, "Do I look fine to you?" I never expected to see an expression like that on his face. I felt like my heart was being torn into pieces. As I looked down, he spoke to me. I felt a little glad, but the next thing he said changed that.
元気だよ。 他に用は
Clearly the voice of a person who is fine.
ないなら行くよ。昼休みは一人になりたいんだ。
そっか。バイトが大変なんだよね。疲れてるから一人になって休みたいもんね。今日もなんでしょ？今日はどこで？
Sis had found several jobs for him. He worked at a few different places. He was helping out when necessary at any of the shops Mian introduced him to. As a result, he constantly had to do different tasks in a different environment almost every time. On top of that, he requested high-paying jobs for Mian because he wanted a large sum of money as soon as possible. In other words, he chose to do mostly manual labor. He was exhausted every day because he wasn't that physically strong.
どこでもいいだろう。それに、僕がどこで働くか、ミオンなら知ってることじゃないのかい？
Mion did help him get the job. Yet, Satoshi-kun didn't look thankful for that opportunity. This wasn't like him at all. It made me feel sad.
そうだよね。ごめん。
要はそれで終わりかい？
He sounded so harsh. Why was he being like that? Would he ever stroke my head again? I couldn't help my tears. They flowed onto my cheeks. Satoshi-kun looked confused for a moment, but then he frowned again.
ごめん。監督がさ、また練習に来てほしいなって言ってたよ。監
督には、もうチームは辞めたいって伝えたはずだよ。戻る気はないし。
たまにはさ、パッと体を動かして汗を流すのもいいと思うんだよ。ほら、スポーツっていろいろと。
興味ない。
I didn't know why he was being so hostile towards me. Why did he hate me so much? I was left bewildered.
なんで？どうして？
バイトで忙しいから。めんどくさい。
違うよ。なんで私がここまで嫌われなくちゃならないの？
自分の胸に聞けばいいじゃないか。
自分の胸に？何を？私が何をしたの？わかんないよ、サトシ君。
I couldn't control my emotions any longer. Streaks of tears ran down my cheeks. Satoshi-kun gave me a hateful glare and walked away without saying another word. I couldn't even stop him. If I tried, he'd hurt me again with another cutting remark. I couldn't bear that, so I just watched him walk away. I wiped my tears and went back to the classroom. I heard somebody crying from inside. What's going on? I looked around the room to see. It was Satoko. I saw her bento box on the floor. I asked one of her classmates what had happened, and it seemed that Satoko had bumped into somebody's shoulder when she stood up to go wash the box out. That was all. But Satoko was crying as if afraid she was going to be chided badly. What happened was very minor. She could just pick up the bento box and things would be fine. But instead she had to throw up all over the floor. It looked like the lid came a little loose, but it was definitely fixable. She didn't have to cry like that. Yet Satoko started begging through her tears.
助けてよ。助けてよ。いいに。
because of what happened with Satoshi-kun, I couldn't suppress my emotions very well. So instead, they exploded. I decided to come and give her a hand. I stormed up to Satoko while elbowing her classmates aside. I grabbed her by the head and told her that it was gonna be okay. No. Then threw her into the wall. Satoko screamed. She didn't seem to understand what had happened. She was shedding tears and shivering. She must be wondering why I did that.
なんであんたがそういう目に遭うか。
Because you're a terrible person? Satoko cried for her brother's help again. And so I grabbed her head and threw her again. Satoko stumbled and crashed into a desk. The desk fell, and the contents of the drawer scattered about. Satoko didn't even stand up. She just crouched and trembled while looking up at me.
助けて助けてニーニーニーニー
あんたがそんなだから。
If you weren't like that, Satoshi-kun wouldn't have to suffer. Don't you get it? That's what I wanted to say, but I was too angry to utter another word. So instead, I picked up a bunch of textbooks from the floor and threw them at her face, because that's what rational
泣
humans
きた
do.
ければ泣けばいい。でもね、泣いたってね、なんで泣くの？泣けば誰かが助けてくれるから。その助けてくれる人があんたの代わりにどれだけ傷ついてるかなんて想像もつかないでしょ。分かってるの？あんたの罪が。あんたなんかいなければいい。苦しいなら死ね。へそでも噛んで勝手に死んじゃえばいい。サトシ君まで苦しめるな。一人で苦しんで一人で勝手に死ね。お前なんか死んでしまえ。
Man. Really going for a home run on that one, aren't you? Her desperate cries only increased my irritation.
泣けばいいと思うな。サトシ君にすがれば済むと思うな。甘えるんじゃない。お前さえいなければ。お前さえいなければ。
I kept on throwing things at her. Satoko curled up to protect herself and cried even harder. At that point, a girl with long hair ran up and huddled over her. I knew who it was. Rika Furude, one of Satoko's only friends.
サトコをいじめないでなのです。サトコはかわいそうなのです。いじめてはダメなのです。
かわいそうだから何をしても許されると思ってる？かわいそうだからサトシ君に寄りかかってもいいわけ？甘やかしてるんじゃないよ。こいつがどこまでも甘えてるからサトシ君が辛い思いをしなくちゃならないんだ。
ダメなのです。サトコをいじめちゃダメなのです。
Rika also became the target of my anger.
私はね、その甘えきったサトコの根性を
I'm
教
trying
育
to
してや
teach
って
her
ん
how
だ
to
よ。
not exist.
邪魔しやがるとあんたの頭から叩き割れよ。
I grabbed a chair and lifted it over my head. It wouldn't hurt only a little if I threw this thing at them. Rika tightly closed her eyes and covered Satoko with her body. I didn't care what the consequences would be. I didn't care if I hurt them.
やめてみーちゃん。
Now you blew your cover. Look at what you did. Rena returned to the classroom and shouted at me. Then, Satoshi-kun rushed in while pushing Rena aside, seeming to have grasped the situation immediately. He charged straight at me, until my body had hit the locker. I didn't understand what had happened. There was a loud crashing noise. I'd left a dent in it. I crouched there in pain.
大丈夫か、さとこ。
Yeah, this voice acting is delicious. It's amazing. 'Satoko pushed Rika aside, jumped at her brother, and started crying again.
どうしたんだよ、一体。どうしてさとこが。
私ね、何もしてないのにミオンさんが
どういうことだよ、ミオン。
Satoshi-kun shouted at me while clutching his sister. He looked fierce.
どういうことって。
どこが何をしたよ。僕たちが何をしたよ。なんでいつもいじめられなきゃならないんだよ。どうしてだよ。
Sorry. Oh, he's angry. Look at him. He released Satoko and rushed up to me, grabbing me by the neck.
さっきサトシ君は私に自分の胸に聞けって言ったよね。ならサトコの胸に聞いてみりゃいいじゃない。
何を。
サトシ君だって自分で認めてるんでしょ。サトコがあんたにべったり頼ってるからサトシ君の重荷になってるんでしょ。サトコがもっとしっかりしてればサトシ君がこんなに大変な思いをすることなんてない。そいつが全ての元凶なの。
I don't believe what I said was wrong. But after hearing it, Satoshi-kun went berserk.
こいついい加減なこと言うんじゃない。
Satoshi-kun grabbed my hair and threw me to the wall just like I did to Satoko. However, I wasn't going to back down. I no longer had any control over my emotions at all.
サトシ君だってサトコを甘やかしすぎてるよ。あんたがそうやって際限なく甘やかすからそいつはいつまで経ってもあんたにすがってばかりなんだよ。
お前に僕たちの何がわかる。何がわかるってんだよ。父さんや母さんをそして今度は僕たちか。それが園崎家のやり方なんだろう。どこまでも村の裏切り者をいじめ抜く。そんなに楽しいかよ。弱い者いじめが。
もうやめて。
That was Rena's voice. She stepped in, looking as fierce as a demon.
サトシ君、もうやめてあげて。みーちゃんに悪気はなかった。サトシ君の力になってあげたくて、その気持ちがちょっとずれて空回りしちゃっただけ。ね。
Satoshi-kun looked like he wanted to say something back, but he chose not to.
みーちゃんももうやめて。みーちゃんが誰よりもサトシ君のことを心配してるのは知ってる。だけれど、こんなやり方はそれの解決にはならない。そんなのちょっと落ち着いて考えればわかることだよね。
Since Satoshi-kun didn't say anything, I kept quiet too.
ほら、さとこちゃんもお弁当箱を落としたくらいで泣くことはないよ。ね？落ち着いた？さとこ、僕がお弁当箱を拾ってあげますよ。
Rika started picking up the bento box while its owner continued to cry.
みんな、片付けを手伝ってくれる？ もうすぐ先生がカレー菜園から戻ってくる頃だよ。これでもう喧嘩は終わったから先生には余計なことは言わない。いいね。
The classmates looked at each other and nodded, then started picking up the stuff on the floor.
はい、サトシくんもみーちゃんもほら。
ごめん。こんなつもりじゃなかったのに。
Tears started to roll down my cheeks again.
僕も悪かった。僕たちがいじめられてるのは大人の都合でごめん。
さあ、はい。
I was fine with apologizing to Satoshi-kun, but I didn't want to apologize to her. But the situation wouldn't be settled otherwise, so I reluctantly apologized. Satoko nodded, looking discouraged. After that, Rena let me go. My head ached, so I held it with both hands. What was that? What did I do? I didn't want to use this precious time to fight. Sis had warned me. She told me that I shouldn't talk to Satoshi-kun just like that. What did I come here for? I shouldn't have come here if I knew this was going to happen. Stupid. You're stupid, Shion. I was overcome by emotions because I was so worried about Satoshi-kun. When did things go wrong? Were they wrong from the beginning? I got into a fight with Satoshi-kun. This was totally the opposite of what I wanted. I regretted it. I hated myself for it. I couldn't blame myself enough. My world had been torn apart. I wished the sky would fall and kill me. Sis sounded both amazed and confused.
ただでさえ綿流しの直前でいろいろと忙しいってのに、シオンは話をさらにややこしくしてくれるな。
ごめん。
Sis tried to say something, but she stopped in the middle. After listening to a few complaints, I started telling her about everything that happened today. Sis had to pretend that the trouble I caused today was her responsibility, which must have been very taxing for her.
もう当分は入れ替わる機会はない。
シオン、あんた、ちょっとは私の迷惑を考えてほしいな。
それは、
Sis had been sympathetic, but maybe I pushed her too far this time. Of course, she'd be hesitant to trade spots considering what I did today. The atmosphere felt awkward, so we were both silent for a while.
仮にさ、もう一回機会があったとして、シオンはどうするの？
That was a reasonable question. I wasn't prepared to answer, though. If I had a chance to go to the school once again and see Satoshi-kun, what would I do? Would I apologize to him about today? I don't think that would work. That might even upset him again, no matter how hard I tried. Okay, here's something that he was saying. It was the Sonozaki family who had been harassing his. It would only be natural for him to hold a grudge against us. But why was he only expressing that now? I've been a Sonozaki to him all along. Satoshi-kun stroked my head, even though he knew that I was me on Sonozaki.
おねえ、率直なところ、サトシ君は園崎家を恨んでるんだよね。
だと思う。
It was our family that inherited the persecution of the Hojo family. making them into scapegoats. Even after the dam conflict, it wasn't easy for the Hojo family to live in Hinamizawa. Given all of that, it's not surprising that Satoshi-kun hates us. The Sonozaki family who put his family into a devastating situation.
でもさ、だったらなんで今頃になってなの？なんで今頃になってこうなるの？それならいっそ。
If he'd rejected me in the first place, I wouldn't have wanted to get close to him. My tears wet my cheeks. I didn't bother to wipe them. It's only natural for him to hold a grudge against the Sonozakis. There's nothing unusual about it. Rather, why has he been treating me like a friend? I knew how stupid this question was.
サトシが大人だったからとしか言えないと思う。
そんなのひどいよ。
He'd been treating me as a friend because he was mature? But now that he'd become stressed mentally and physically, he's decided to reject me. No matter how hard I thought about it, I couldn't find anything to fault him with. If there was somebody to blame, it'd be somebody I'd never accused before.
なんであいつはサトシ君の一家をいじめようって言い出したわけ？ダムに賛成したのはサトシ君の親でしょ？サトシ君が賛成していたわけじゃないでしょ？なんで一家丸ごといじめようって話になったの？どうしてよ？
Mion couldn't say anything in return. Actually, it wasn't at all hard to guess the reason. The hag didn't give any specific order to harass the Hojo family. She just thought the Hojo family was getting in the way. The people around her noticed what was bothering her and took steps to get rid of it. Though, of course, she must have known how influential her own words were. She didn't just think it. She gave what she must have known would be interpreted as an order. She's the one to blame for initiating the attack on the Hojo family.
前にお姉はフルデの神主さんのことを輪を乱すのは大人じゃないみたいなことを言いましたよね。つまりこれもそういうわけ。村中が団結しなきゃならない時に異を唱える北条家は大人じゃなかったと。だから制裁する必要があったと。そういうわけなんでしょ？
Mion couldn't say anything in return, meaning that my accusation was the truth.
なら制裁は北条の親だけで十分じゃない。本家の秘密部屋にでも連れ込んで、でもそこまでで十分でしょ？サトシ君は関係ない。
Well, it turns out... I don't know what's going on with all my audio issues lately, but it turns out that my standard recording option didn't go through, so I've been recording video but no audio. That's absolutely awful. Especially considering how good the voice acting was before. I'm gonna have to re-record that. I might be able to keep my voice in, but I'm gonna have to re-record the video part. Ugh. Okay. Anyway, we've got audio now, so let's keep going.
でもそこまでで十分でしょ？サトシ君は関係ない。
Oh yeah, the torture room, right.
サトシ君には何の関係もない。サトシ君が何をしたっていうの？サトシ君に何の罪があるっていうの？答えてよ！答えてよ、ミオン！ミオン！
はい。ではよろしくお願いいたしますね。失礼いたします。
Mion suddenly changed her tone and hung up. She must have done that to escape from my questions. I was furious. I started redialing the number, but then I remembered that we decided she'd hang up the phone after using that phrase when she saw the hag coming. I doubted she actually saw the hag, but it was the rule, so I couldn't call back for a while. I went to the bathroom to wash my face and cool down. I turned the faucet. The water felt lukewarm. It didn't help me cool down at all. I'm disgusted by my own childishness. I just wanted to fill my void. I didn't care about him. Considering that, Satoshi-kun is very generous. But I don't know if I can forgive Satoko. That's a different story.